Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse is the new Sony Pictures Animation film. This movie is a really big risk for the studio. It is a very out-of-the-box sort of take on everyone's favorite web slinger. I remember seeing the first trailer. It was really intriguing. You just see Miles in the costume, and they don't really tell you much other than that there's a different Spider-Man, and he's going to be working alongside Peter Parker. You know, a lot of people know who Peter Parker is. He's the original Spider-Man. Miles Morales is a different character that's pretty popular in the comics, but he's never had a big screen or small screen debut. Maybe he appears in a Marvel show, like a TV cartoon, but he's never been on the big screen. So the story is really out of the box. It has to deal with the multiverse. So I noticed that the marketing campaign was smart and not trying to hide that from the audiences or potential audiences. I think the second or third trailer pretty much shows that Spider-Gwen's in the movie, as well as other different Spider-Mans from different universes. There's Spider-Man Noir from like a noirish black and white world where everything's dreary, like a noir film. Spider-Ham is from a cartoon parody land, and then there's also Penny Parker. She is an Asian spider girl. So the movie is wonderful. The animation's really hard to get into at first because all of the backgrounds are blurry. I wasn't sure if that was actually like supposed to be, but like I thought maybe like they switched on the 3D converter and didn't turn it off, but it's actually supposed to be like that. It's supposed to be like a comic book. Everything in the front is detailed, but everything in the background is blurry and sort of like doesn't have as much effort put into it. Also, like the transitions, they have like the page flips, they have the, you know, usage of breaking the fourth wall and narration style to make it seem like a comic book. And the movie is very fresh, inventive, and original because it goes for broke. It could not be done live action because you would not be able to have all that money put into something that's not the original Spider-Man. And you get to see things in this movie that have never been done before in a big screen superhero film, such as the multiverse stuff, the sort of creativity with the villains, the emotional beats, the different usage of all these different properties just shoved into one movie. You'd think something like this would be overcrowded or wouldn't work. They managed to make it fit seamlessly. It feels like an old friend has come over, and the animation is wild, it's dazzling, really fun action and comedic set pieces. The voice work's really good too. I noticed they don't get anyone too famous. It's mostly low-key voice actors doing all of the different voices. And the emotional beats are still there. That's probably the most important part of the movie, is that it's not just a, you know, action beat 'em up movie. There's definitely some emotion going on in there. There's also some other things that they didn't do. They couldn't delve into Miles's orientation. He is gay. However, you know, that's something that they wouldn't be able to do right off the bat because you can't release a movie like that in other foreign countries because, you know, other foreign countries are not as understanding. And I also liked all the little Easter eggs. If you notice some references in there, definitely stay for the end credit sequence. There's this hilarious end credit sequence. I noticed there's also like a joke in the credits. There's even a joke in the ending credits animation. The movie stays in tone for the entire film. It's fun, it's charming, it's definitely a nice breath of fresh air. It doesn't feel like a Marvel film. It's a totally, completely original superhero film full of all these different themes and characters, and they managed to make it work. So I give Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse a 9 out of 10.